Hello everybody. So through this session we'll discuss our next poem, that is Amanda. Actually there comes a phase in everybody's life when we grow up and we try to control our life ourselves only. And if anybody directs us or instructs us, it feels like he or she is controlling our lives, or our life is being, our freedom is being curtailed. So, Amanda is such a girl who feels that her life is being controlled by her parents. She does not like the directions and instructions given by them. So, in the very first stanza, uh, the poet says, like, don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. So, directions, instructions, as one of the parents, mother or father, sees Amanda biting her nails and they ask her, father or mother, ask her not to bite her nails, not to hunch her shoulders. Hunching is bending the shoulders, sitting like that, as students are asked in the class also to sit up straight, not to hunch, not to bend their shoulders. So mother or father asked her not to hunch her shoulders, stop that slouching. Slouching is being lazy. Now walking, moving or sitting lazily, and ask her not to slouch and sit up straight. These are the directions given, but Amanda, she is not interested in her parents' directions. She feels as if they are controlling her. She is lost in her own thoughts. Now what does she imagines? In her second stanza it is given, there is a languid emerald sea where the sole inhabitant is me, a mermaid drifting blissfully. Now she imagines that she is a mermaid. Mermaid, half fish, half woman. And she is in a languid emerald sea. Languid is calm and peaceful. Sea. Emerald is a precious green colored stone. The sea is looking like a green, water of the sea is green. And she said she is the alone inhabitant. She is living all alone in that sea. Nobody is there to disturb her there. Drifting blissfully. Drifting is moving blissfully, slowly. Moving slowly, happily, and she is living there. There are no directions, nobody is there to stop her, nobody is there to instruct her or direct her. Then in the third stanza again the directions are, did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. Again lots of instructions, and Amanda does not like these. Now from here also, from the very first line, we come to know that Amanda is a school going girl also. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Now the father or mother ask her if she had done her homework, or if she had tidied her room, cleaned her room. And father or mother told that they had asked her, she or he had asked her to clean her shoes also, but she had not done. Now Amanda, frustrated totally, avoiding her parents, mother or father, whoever is giving the directions. Now what she is thinking, I am an orphan roaming the street. I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. The silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. Now see how mean Amanda is right now. She is imagining that she is an orphan, a parentless child. She is imagining that if she not had parents, she would have been happy, much happier. She is imagining that she has no parents, she is an orphan, and she is roaming in the streets bare feet, without shoes, and she is making patterns, designs by putting bare feet on the dust, and nobody is there to stop her, nobody is there to ask her that don't go on the dust. She said that there is silence. Silence is golden. Nobody is asking her again and again, pointing her, scolding her. And this freedom is sweet. She said, If she would have been often that freedom without parents, that would have been sweet. Now in the next stranger, again the directions, instructions from the parents. Don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne. Amanda, acne, pimple. Will you please look at me when I'm speaking to you, Amanda? Now the parents, father or mother, see this, what they saw, that Amanda is eating the chocolates, and they are asking her not to eat the chocolates because of that she used to have pimples, acne. And but Amanda is avoiding, neglecting them when they are talking. When father or mother is talking to her, she is not even looking up, and frustrated, they also, father or mother is asking her that at least when I'm talking to you, at least you should look at me. But Amanda is just avoiding, and she is lost in her thoughts. What thoughts now? She thinks, I am a Rapunzel, I have not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. I'll certainly never let down my bright hair. Now she thinks, she imagines that she is Rapunzel. Now Rapunzel was a beautiful girl and who was imprisoned by a witch in a lonely tower. Actually, a prince fell in love with her, and he rescued her from there. Actually, Rapunzel had bright long hair. She dropped down her long hair from the tower across the castle wall, and the prince, by catching hold of the long hair, he climbed up the castle wall and reached the tower and rescued her. But she said she would not do as Rapunzel had done. She would not let her hair fall down. She said that Rapunzel's life in that lonely tower, that would have been much better, that would have been wonderful, and that would have been rare. I wanted to have such life, lonely, freedom. And the last stranger, again the directions from the parents. Now parents are also now defeated. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You are always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think I nagged at you, Amanda. Now mother or father is saying grimly, stop that sulking at once, Amanda. Sulking, now talking about children used to be like that only. A child asking from the parents to buy something, giving something, and the parents don't do that, don't buy, and then the child is annoyed, upset, and stop talking to. And Amanda is also right now has stopped talking to the parent, father or mother. He said that don't stop that sulking, stop that getting annoyed, getting upset, stop that. You are always so moody, or you're so always so moody. Right now you were talking, right now you are happy, and now stop, all of a sudden mood swings. You're so moody. Anyone would think that, people will think that I was troubling you. My child, stop that. So that is all about the poem Amanda. Thank you.